Hi everyone, and welcome to this tutorial where I will be handing tips on drawing clouds very easily. I'm using pastel pencils, also white and black charcoal. You can use a pencil eraser and of course woodless charcoal. And this is the panpastel knife. They cost very little, but they are ideal for creating clouds. Now we're going to make our own powder in case you don't have any panpastel. So you will need a very sharp knife. This is the panpastel, but you will not need this, because with a charcoal stick, a pastel stick, you can create your own powder. Now this is a brush to wipe out some rubbles, and you can also use a blender stick, of course, and very cheap grayish art paper. And here I was already trying out my way of making my own powder and creating clouds. Now you can make a drawing, of course, first with a fine liner, and this one I did with graphite powder. So if you are a graphite fan, you can create your own graphite powder and work the same way. Here I was trying something out with colors, but I didn't finish that yet. And this is what I want to demonstrate, and those are those heavy clouds which bring rain, and it has been very dry here in the Netherlands, so that's why. And on my Patreon page, of course, you can find many more tips and real-time recordings. Now all you will need is a horizon, so a piece of land, and then a big part of sky. So let's start. Take your pastel stick and your knife and simply scrape off a little bit of pigment onto your drawing paper. Then take the pastel knife and start rubbing in your pigments. You can see the cheap paper is of a brownish, grayish quality, and it picks up the pigments very easily. So this is how I place in the first white pigments. Then I take the compressed charcoal. I scrape some pigments off onto the paper for those parts that I want to be darker. Then you rub off the white and you rub in the black pigments of the compressed charcoal. In this case, the clouds that I want to draw are loaded with water, because that is what I'm longing for. And here you can see the brush which I use to rub out the pigments that I don't need. Now if there are some parts that you want to be little bit lighter, you can just put in some little bit of extra pigments. Then I use the pigments that are still in my pastel knife for the underneath clouds. And then I rub in the white pigments to get different kinds of whites and grays into the cloud. I can also use it to make those beams of light that shine just through the clouds, or maybe heaps of rain that are coming down. And the fun part is that it is very quickly, and you start drawing like a painter would paint. So you're not into too much detail, but just trying to figure out all those gradations of gray and white and black. Now, should you have pan pastel, this is much darker and you get a lot of contrast. If you don't have black pan pastel, use a black pastel stick and just scrape off the pigments, and you will also get a lot of contrast. The underside of the clouds are very dark because they are loaded with water. You can always make it lighter or darker if you want. The more contrast you want, you can simply also use your pastel pencils directly, and to make lines soft, you can use your blender stick. Now here I want a little bit more contrast, so I'm using my charcoal pencil to get some dark lines and a little bit more contrast. On the other hand, when you use your white charcoal pencil or pastel pencil, you can also light up those parts of the clouds where the sun hits. Here I'm drawing in even a silver lining. Every cloud has a silver lining, of course. And you can also use it for the beams of light, or if you want to draw in strokes of rain. You can see you can easily go over the pan pastel with your pastel pencil. This is also very much fun to do. Those are those streaks of where the clouds are torn apart by the wind. I love those. You can also use your pastel knife, of course, for this. But to get those strokes, you can also use your pastel pencil. I will draw in some extra strokes of clouds. I love those. You can see them now and then, and I always try to make pictures of them too, but well, that's very hard. Now let's zoom in a little bit, and I do not want to put too much attention into the landscape itself. But I do want to draw in a little bit of perspective, so maybe a mill in the far distance and some poles that are in the meadows. And in the Netherlands everything is very flat. Here I draw in some electricity poles, for instance, just to get a little bit of landscape going. Then I go in with the white charcoal pencil, and I simply draw in here and there a little bit of light. That is in our beautiful flat Dutch landscapes. I blur it out a little bit with the pan pastel knife, so all the attention will keep going towards those clouds. So not putting too much detail. Now here is an extra tip for you. Now and then you make very quick sketches maybe, and sometimes something nice comes out. Now if you do not want to run to the store immediately to buy a frame for it, you can just draw a frame. By drawing a frame around your sketch, you can get a great idea of what it would look like should you want to frame it. Here I'm drawing in the passepartout, and the passepartout is needed when you are framing a pastel drawing, because pastel is a loose pigment. It cannot touch the glass. You do not want that, because the pigments will run in between the glass and your paper, and your drawing will blur out in the next years. So I'm simply now drawing in that passepartout, and I can also decide what kind of color of frame I would use to put around this nice sketch. A light gray would be magnificent. Maybe a little bit of ornaments on the frame, not too much. So in that way you can get a nice idea of what your drawing would look like should you put it in a frame. Also, you can see where the drawing needs a little bit more pigments to make it fill up real good, and to make sure that it will really fit into that frame. Well, just an extra tip. I hope you enjoyed it, and you will give it a big thumbs up, of course. Don't forget to subscribe, and also check out my Patreon page, where you can support me in making these awesome tutorials. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again next Friday.